From the high banks of Daytona International Speedway, a new championship begins. 20 nations, 10 races, 1 champion. Welcome to the LDSG Nations League. This championship uses a hybrid Winston Cup format, where a win is worth 190 points, and a perfect race can earn up to 200. This is not about playing it safe. This is about going out and winning. And here's where it gets a little interesting. Drivers don't score points, nations do. So if a Japanese driver wins, Japan gets the points. It's a World Cup on wheels. Joining me in the booth today, we got former NASCAR Cup driver Ray Carter. Ray, how are you feeling heading into this one?
Well, I'll tell you what, you bring me to Daytona, I'm already excited. But this format right here, this is what's going to shake things up. You're telling me wins matter more? Good. Because nobody ever showed up to finish second place on purpose. Now, Daytona, it's fast, it's tight, it'll punish you if you get it wrong. You're going to see drivers push early, take chances, and every now and then, somebody's going to wish they didn't.
20 nations on the grid, all looking to make a statement in race 1. No championship points yet, no margin for error.
And let me tell you something. You don't win the championship today, you can sure put yourself in a real good spot.
And Ray, take a look at Mexico's car up there. Actually, the cameras aren't even on it, but I'm sure you've seen it. Yeah, they're running a Dale Earnhardt tribute scheme here at Daytona. Now, that's a place and a name that carry a lot of history in the sport.
Yeah, it really does. You come to Daytona, you're racing on hallowed ground. Some of the greatest moments this sport's ever seen happen right here. And some of the hardest ones, too. Dale Earnhardt, 7-time champion. One of the toughest drivers to ever sit behind the wheel. He didn't just race you, he made you earn it.
And known for that aggressive style, never backed down from a fight. After all, he was nicknamed the Intimidator.
Oh yeah. There was a gap, even a small one, he was going for it. And if there wasn't a gap, well, sometimes he made one. But that's why he meant so much to this place. Because he raced here the way this track demands. Hard, fearless, no hesitation.
And to see that tribute here tonight, it definitely adds something extra to the race, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. And I'll tell you what, you're going to run those colors, you better be ready to drive like them colors too. Because with this format and these points, there ain't no room to play it safe. You don't put that scheme on the car just to ride around, fans ain't going to let you get away with that one. Or live it down, actually.
And Mexico looking to honor that legacy the best way possible by winning here at Daytona. All right, Ray, it looks like the cars are getting ready to line up and get this ball rolling. Final moments before the start of the LDSG Nations League.
This is where your heart starts beating a little faster. You've done all the prep. Now it's time to go.
12 laps to decide who starts this championship on top.
You heard it here from Ray Carter. Boom, 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 we are green and gone.
And we are underway in the Nations League.
Oh yeah, no time wasting already. Go for Dale.
And we got the number 3 already going in wide on that first turn there. I don't think he was prepared for the Daytona road course, was expecting the full oval. But anyways, he recovers. He does fall behind a couple positions. He's now in 8th. Started in 4th. I'm sure he can get everything settled right quick and go. It is early in the race. He still has 12 laps to go. We got Burton leading up front. We got Burton leading up front. Representing Italy. Thomas in 2nd, Boyd in 3rd, Drescher in 6th, Ericsson 7th, Renaud in number 9 for France, and Pellegrino for Italy. But the way this format works, if there's multiple drivers for the same nation, the highest scoring is the only one that actually scores points for that nation in said race. So let's say Burton takes the race here at Daytona. He would be getting the 190 points, and that is it. Boyd would be getting nothing. Drescher in this case would technically be second place and earn, I believe it's 170 points. In third place, it would be Mexico. Although you do see he is repping the American flag. Let's jump a little bit into why that is.
Yeah, and I actually like this a lot because this ain't about where the paint comes from. It's about what it represents. From what I understand, this was already cleared with the Mexican Federation of Racing before the actual race. The driver wanted to run that Earnhardt tribute here at Daytona. They signed off on it. They signed off on having rep the American flag, potentially for just this race, so long as the points still went in Mexico. He was all cool with that. He signed off on it as well, and the Mexican Federation approved it. And honestly, that fits, because Daytona ain't just an American track, it's a racing track. Drivers from all over the world come here with one thing in mind, to prove that they belong. And if you're going to do that, you might as well do it in a scheme that stands for one of the toughest to ever do it. This ain't about switching sides or nothing like that. It's pure respect, respect for the history, respect for the track, and respect for the driver that defined this place. So in a way, it's less about nationality, more about legacy. You're still racing for Mexico, you're just carrying a piece of history while you do it. And I'll tell you what, if you're going to wear those colors, you better race like him too. Because fans see that car. They're going to want something from you.
And as you were saying that, I didn't want to interrupt your beautiful speech there, Ray. The number 3 had actually gone into the grass there. He lost a couple positions. He was actually in third place, but I think these straightaways can actually benefit him. He's more used to the NASCAR style racing, meaning ovals. He's not the greatest at road courses, but that's the beauty of this tournament. We got drivers from all around the world. As you can see, we got Netherlands, Sweden, Spain, Canada, Germany, Italy, a lot of different countries. They're just here to prove they're the best of the best. They want to take this championship home to their country. And here we got Burton leading into the infield of Daytona. Sun's getting real low. We got Boyd and Drescher. Sorry, is that Dressner? I'm butchering these names, oh lord. And we got the number 3 and 6 plays making up lost positions there. Gossett is at the number 9 position. We got Norway representing and Japan. Look at that with the German car. We got the UK in the Honda Civic. And we got Canada at number 19. And we got France, 20th place in this race. And a 350Z, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure of the year. Don't question me on that. But now we got Burton here on the, on the straightaway. Wing is going up for downforce. We got Boyd in an American Corvette. Very nice color. I love the spoiler on that thing. We got Dressner in this very sports look. I'm not sure of the make or model of that thing. Looks like a little Beetle if you ask me, Ray.
Well, I'll tell you what, it does look like it crawled out of somebody's backyard. Well, that ain't no Beetle, boy. That's one of those lightweight prototype style cars, built for speed, not looks. Low to the ground, open cockpit, not a whole lot of extra on it. It ain't gonna win no beauty contest, but it'll sure outrun just about anything out there. Maybe not a Beetle, but it's something you don't want to underestimate. Those ones that look a little strange, they're usually the ones you gotta watch out for.
And for now, it looks like that Beetle is buzzing it up the leaderboard in 3rd place. But right now, we got the number 3 in 5th place, just past Horn there in the Porsche. We got Mercer in the McLaren from Brazil. We even got Brazilian representation here at Daytona. And the LDSG Nations League. And look at that, number 3 going over the grass. He is definitely a NASCAR driver. Has no sort of respect for the rules here at the road course. No disrespect meant by that. I myself am a follower of the Cup Series. We got the Japanese in number 15. And not far behind, we do have the Netherlands, driven by Van der Berg. Look at this beautiful white shot here at Daytona. Good thing these cars have headlights, because pretty darn dark track. And we do have an American here tonight. He's currently placed number 18. Last name Patrick. And we're back up with the leader, Burton, flying down the roundabout, the oval, with a beautiful purple Bugatti. Italy's got to have some crazy money if they sent their drivers in one of those. Clean pass by the little divot there in the oval. Lap number 4, Burton still leads. Boyd in number 2, Dressner / aka the Beetle, number 3. Here comes the Beetle. Followed. Reynaud, the Frenchman, is following close behind. There goes Horn in place number 6, P6. Now, for anyone just joining us, Ray, this standings format is a little different from what people might be used to, because we've got multiple drivers from the same nation out there, but not all of them are scoring points.
Yeah, and this is where it gets real interesting. Only the highest finishing driver from each nation gets the points. So let me break it down simply for you fellas. So let's say you got 3 cars from the USA out there. Only the one that finishes highest, that's the one that scores. Everybody else, they might help, they might battle, but they ain't bringing home points.
Oh, I like this. Camera's switching us inside the cockpit now. You can really see how tight it is in there.
Yeah, and that's about the closest most folks are ever going to get to driving one of these things. Look how low they're sitting. Hands barely moving, but that car is doing a whole lot underneath them.
And not a lot of room to work with either. Everything happens real fast from that view.
Oh yeah, there ain't no time to think. You miss your braking point by this much, you're off in the grass. Like number 3 there at the beginning of the race. And I'll tell you right now, from inside that cockpit, everything feels about twice as fast. And about 10 times as scary.
Now that's the passenger view I don't think I'd want to be sitting in, right?
No, sir. You put me over there, I'm grabbing that door and praying. But that's what makes these drivers special. They're comfortable in a place most people wouldn't last 5 seconds.
Now we got the number 3 here from Mexico catching up on the leader, Burton. I bet you the Italian's looking at him in the rear view mirror right about now. They're about to head into the infield here, where the display of flags are. I think that's such a beautiful view. You got flags from all over the world, just as well as you got drivers from all over the world. And Look at that. He takes the lead. Right at lap number 6. Now we're in the passenger view of the Frenchman, Pagandet. We got P19 Lawrence Thomas from the UK. Thomas didn't get much in the budget. He's in the Honda Civic, but he's still doing better than the last two. Now you might criticize this man for driving a Honda Civic, but hey, my man here is doing pretty good for driving a little fart can of a car there. All right, things are starting to settle in a bit here.
Yeah, this is where drivers start finding their rhythm, figure out what the car's going to give them and what it ain't.
And the camera is now focusing on Germany's entry. LDSG in that bright green machine. The one we were joking about earlier still looks like a little Beetle for me.
Yeah, and that Beetle's still buzzing around pretty good right now. Sitting in a solid position too. P5 not too bad. Still got a lot of racing to go.
Meanwhile, taking a look further back in the field, the U.S. not having the start they were hoping for. Currently down in 18th, if I'm not mistaken. What's your thought on this, Ray?
Yeah, that's unfortunately the problem, especially in this format. Because it don't matter how many cars you got out there. Your best one's sitting all the way back there. Not bringing home much.
And in race 1, that could put them behind early in the championship.
Exactly. You don't lose the championship today, you can definitely make it harder on yourself. Meanwhile, Germany looking steady, not flashy, but right where they need to be.
Two very different stories right now. Germany moving forward, while the U.S. is trying to recover.
And I'll tell you, that U.S. car doesn't start moving soon, they're going to be digging a hole early in this season.
Still plenty of laps here to go in Daytona, but the pressure is already building. We got the legendary number 3 leading up ahead. Burton following close behind with Reynaud on his tail. Dressner, the German in this race, one of the 3 actually. He's been in the solid P5 for a while now. Nothing changing there. But you can already see the rubber building up across the track. Now, I don't think any of these guys are going to pit as it's only a 12-lap race. But we'll see how that goes. Perhaps there will be some rule changes along this tournament. It is the very first tournament ever hosted by the LDSG. And it is the Nations League once again. And Reynaud up ahead actually overtakes Burton for P2. So the Mexicans got to watch out for the Frenchman now. It'll be another Batalla de Puebla here if he doesn't stay careful. Speaking to the Frenchman, by the way. And we got Patrick actually moving up position to P17. Our Frenchman there in 20th actually got the blue flag, meaning better give way for the other cars behind him, which are about to outlap him. In this case, it's still legendary number 3. Just past a lapper there. And here we are again riding with him in the passenger seat. 4 laps to go, Ray. If the race were to end like this, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, that's big. Because right now, Mexico's walking away with a massive points haul. Meanwhile, the U.S., well, they're buried back in 17th. In this format, well, that's trouble.
So early in the season, this could already create a gap.
Oh, absolutely. Mexico comes out swinging with a win. The U.S. leaves here digging out of a hole. That's how championships start to tilt. And look at Germany, too. That green car we've been watching all race. That's a quiet, strong points finish right there. But I'll tell you this, 4 laps to go. That's plenty of time for somebody to mess this up. And if you're Mexico right now, you better drive like everything's on the line. Because it is.
Three laps to go. You can feel it starting to tighten up.
Yeah, nobody's comfortable right now. Not even that leader.
Mexico still out front, trying to close this one out.
And this is the hardest part right here. You're close enough to think about the win, but still far enough away to lose it. Every corner feels a little tighter. Every braking zone a little riskier.
Now into the final 2 laps. We got side-by-side battle here between Renaud and Burton. Renaud takes off, says, I don't want nothing to do with Burton, leave him in my dust. He's chasing after that number 3. He's been leading the majority of this race. I'm pretty sure the bonus points are going to go to him for most laps led. Speaking of the leader, there we are with him, following close behind. He's got a hang of the track now. He had a rough start, but I think he's got this track dominated. This is his track now. This is Daytona, belongs to this legendary Dale scheme right here. No more waiting now. If you're going to make a move, it's got to be soon. There's no way this Frenchman is catching up to this man right here. The oval section of this track has been his best friend. Oh, contact there. That's the number 3 getting into a lapped car.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about earlier in the race. You start pushing that hard in this late in this race, things get messy. You got to be careful out there.
I think he was just trying to work through traffic and just misjudged the turn there a bit, slipped it away from him. These cars have been running all night. Sure, their tires are, starting to wear thin. You know how traffic can be. You were a driver and you don't always move the way you expect it to, especially when everyone's trying to fight their own race. But that right there, that's how a race can slip away from you. And with just a few laps to go, no room for mistakes. You got to be smart here. Aggressive, but smart. You see, look at that contact between the number 1 and number 2 there. I meant to say P1 and P2. Reynard's now in the lead. Number 3 has fallen into second place. But it looks like they kept it straight. They shook hands over the radio, said, "My bad, that was my bad. I take full responsibility. Let me just get into my P1 place here," and the number 3 is now leading again. And we got Boyd with the same problem number 3 was facing. Can't get around lap traffic. That Lawrence is not moving out of the way. There you go. Yeah, let the faster traffic go through. With 1 lap to go, there's not much you can do at this point. Yeah, the leader is being tailed close behind by the French and Italian. 2 Italians at that. We got Burton and Boyd working together. And Dressner, I think he's been the most consistent of all night. He's been 5th place pretty much this entire race. Look at that. We got a number 3 flashing his high beams, letting the lap traffic know, hey, I'm coming and you better move. After all, he does have the Intimidator scheme going. Pretty sure the Spirit's right there with him. What a pass. Oh, yeah, he left Raynaud and Burton in his dust there, too.
Oh, man. The way he set that up, didn't rush it. He waited for the right moment, then just gone. Oh, I've seen that before. That reminded me a whole lot of Earnhardt right there. Dale had a way of doing that. He didn't just pass you, he made it look easy. That's exactly what we just saw. No panic, no wasted movement, just pure control.
Sorry to interrupt there, Ray, but white flag is in the air. 1 lap to go at Daytona. Through the infield section now, Mexico still holding on with Raynaud from France following close behind. Careful now, 1 bad corner and he's gone. Look at that, Raynaud almost overtook him for having the number 3 go a little into the grass there, but everything's all right. Everything's straightened up once again. Out of the final corner there. Headed straight to the line. And Mexico wins at Daytona here tonight. Ray, what's your thoughts?
Oh, man, what a drive. That's how you start a championship right there. And I'll tell you what, with that number 3, that tribute, that wasn't just for show. That was Earnhardt-style racing all the way to the finish.
12 laps, 12 long laps here at Daytona. 1 winner. And Mexico strikes first in the Nations League. And this here, ladies and gentlemen, it's a big one because now everybody else, well, they're chasing. Now let's take a look at the point standings here. Ray, what's your thoughts with the Winston Cup style points?
Well, I'll tell you, this is exactly why I like this point system. Mexico comes out on top, wins the race. They get a bonus 5 points for most laps led. And they get rewarded for it. Quick caveat, Brazil takes another 5 extra points because they had the fastest lap of the race. And back to my original thought, you don't just sneak into a good finish and call it a day. You go out and you win. You separate yourself from the field. And look at that gap already. France, Italy, Germany, they are all right there. but they're already chasing. And that's what this format does. It puts pressure on everybody else early. You can't just be consistent. You got to go win. And for a team like US, who struggled today, that hurts, because now you're already behind. And the guy you're chasing, well, he's already proven he can finish the job. So yeah, you're the rest of the field. You better start thinking about wins, not just good finishes.
From Daytona International Speedway, race 1 is now in the books. Mexico strikes first, and the rest of the world is now chasing. We'll see you next time for race 2 of the LDSG Nations Heat.